All right, here we go. Episode 4. Had a little problem with episode 3, kind of cut out on us, a little technical difficulty.
I'm thinking of this more like 3.2.
Yeah.
3.5.
So-
I like that.
Back with part 2. Got my buddy again here, Bobby Douglas Jones, Ed McMahon.
Man, here's Bobby.
We're getting better at it. We got Boyd Minton, Mr. Smooth.
How you doing?
Didn't,
Thanks for having me again.
Mikey Victoria again.
Thank
Man,
you,
I tell you
thank
what, Mikey, that little get together we had the other night at Lori Doherty, that was pretty nice.
That was fun.
I had a lot of fun too. I had a lot of fun with that.
We have so many friends still from high school that we still meet up with every once in a while and reminisce. I love it.
I was asking Boyd out there, I was quizzing him earlier, and I said, Boyd, had a few people hit me up on our first one. I said, Big Jim Ping hit me up and said, ask Boyd what was Joe Sharon's nickname.
Yeah, Hollywood.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
And
Hollywood Joe.
what did he do to his shoulder?
I can't remember. I mean,
Jim
that's
said-
a long time ago.
Jim said the coach put an aspirin on it, said he'll be fine.
Put some tape on it. Yeah, you referenced Jim Ping. The story I was going to tell was there was a time, I think it was after a game, we all head to White Castle. Jimbo forgot his wallet.
Okay.
So I got you, Jimbo. I'll take care of you, buddy. So he orders, and they're like, that's $12. I'm like, what the? Because it's 1980 at White Castle.
White Castle were like what, 20 cents if
20,
that?
a quarter or what? I
Yes.
can't remember
Right.
everything. My order was like $3.50. His was like $12. It's like holy
Big
crap.
Jim.
You know,
He's a big
Jim
man.
Jim had a little brother named Joey.
Yeah.
He played on my little league team. Boy, he could pitch. He was good. Didn't play a lot. I think Jim was on the Yankees. If I remember right, I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I know
he lived there with everybody in the neighborhood too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
111 and all that too,
Yeah,
right?
yep.
Yep.
I got a Jim Ping story, though. I wrestled. Jim wrestled. Jim was heavyweight. I was flyweight. I mean, I was 5-10 pounds underneath my lowest weight class. We do round robins. So when I round robin up to Ping, and they blow that whistle, I just jump on his leg and hold on to him. Wait till I blew again. That's it.
What you got to do?
That's good.
He's a big man. We used to.
Very nice man, too.
They had
He
a
is.
special offense, a goal line offense, where we put him in to run the ball. If we were on like the 1 or 2 yard line, call it the elephant offense. Jeff Habush would be like the fullback, and he was about 265, and then we got big
So
Jimbo.
Jeff Hallbush played football.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I worked with Jeff down at Honda.
Oh, he was a good.
He's a good
football
guy.
player. Oh yeah.
Yes.
He would be the fullback, and Jimbo was the running back. They got in. He got in every time. If we were at the 1 or 2 yard line, there's no stopping that.
Well, that had to be like the original refrigerator.
Oh yeah.
It
You know
had
what I
to
mean?
be.
He was the fridge before the fridge.
Right, exactly.
I mean, that's
more like a
1980.
deep freeze there, wasn't it? Putting people in deep freeze when they try to tackle him.
Yeah. If we needed a yard or two, Jimbo's getting that. I wouldn't want to tackle him.
He could carry 2 or 3 players with him.
That's all right.
Yeah, I went to
times.
school with Jimbo. Man, we had a nice little squad over there at 111 playing basketball. I didn't play much football. I played my 7th grade year and realized my body wasn't made for football. After a couple of hits, I was like, yeah, I'm not built for this. But I played basketball, and we had a really good squad. Shoe Fly, Kenny Jacobs, Big Jim Ping, Louie.
You guys were loaded.
Yeah, we were loaded. We had a
We
good
came
squad.
over and scrimmaged you guys once.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was playing tight end. I'm getting introduced to organized football. Tim Schuster's playing defensive end. He beats the shit out of me. And he looks at me and goes, hey, Haney, nothing personal. Really? You
Thanks.
sure?
Tim was a good ball player.
Tim was a good ball
He had
player.
great hands, great receiver, catch everything. Just he
He
catch
played on
one
my
hand.
Reds team, too. He was 15, I was 13. Him and Kyle and Kenny Wagner. You know, you had
Kenny,
Ricky
yeah.
and Johnny, but
Yeah.
the youngest
Yep.
Wagner.
That was senior leagues.
That was seniors,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, he was a pretty good baseball player, too.
Yeah, Shoe Fly was.
Tom was, too.
Yep. But so 500. I remember going out to the 500 a few times and hanging out.
Yeah, you guys were talking a little bit about that.
Yes.
I remember that WNAP stuff you was talking about, but I had no
the raft
idea
race?
Raft race.
about that. What was that all about? That what you was telling us out there?
I had a brother-in-law that he worked for a woodworking company, and they were sponsoring a raft, and he asked if Doug and I could help him like build it and paint it and all this stuff. And so, for about a month or so, we're going over there in our free time, helping him out. Both of us thinking we're going to go on it and stuff, and we get it done. And the night before, Doug and I went out and did a little bit of partying, and he decided to sleep in, and I dragged my butt out of bed, and I'm like, I put some work in, so I'm going to go. So we go there. They pull it in on a flatbed trailer, and it's in 3 sections. And so we're unloading this thing, and they're like 12 by 10, dropping them in the water. They latch together, 3 of them. Then there was a second floor that popped up that latched in. Everything was like quick because you don't have much time to do it. There was even a spiral staircase. And then we had a big paddle wheels on both sides that he made. And then
Yeah, did they have the best looking float or whatever you want to call
I
it?
think
boat?
it might have won that. It's a long time ago.
They did.
But there was people coming up to us wanting to hook up with us. There was one guy came up and said, "I want to buy it." I mean, it was pretty incredible.
Sounds like it.
My brother-in-law was very handy, and because we didn't see it together until
Well,
put
you
it
seen
on the
it
water.
together.
Yeah, I never saw it together.
Yeah,
exactly.
it was.
I saw it in
was
pieces.
That's
it
what
was
kept
incredible.
you in jail because I didn't know if I was going to go work or not, Dad.
Man,
When I watched the episode before this one, I laughed my butt off on. That was the best. Well,
Yeah, we tell that story quite a bit.
that's a good story.
Yep. What else you think, Eagle? What happened back in?
back in the day, I think Boyd introduced me to the 500.
Sorry.
In the day, back in the
I
80s,
apologize.
79. They would go out there on Friday night, and park out on 30th Street.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd party, and there'd be, back in them days, it was pretty good time. You see just about anything that you could imagine.
And things you don't need to see.
You didn't even
Correct.
think you was going to see, but people driving up and down the road all day long and all night,
night.
and it was a good time. And then Saturday
yeah.
morning they'd let you into the
field
the
outside
field where you would
of
park,
the 500.
not the Coke field, but literally inside the grounds. And the year I'm thinking of, we took Boyd's, what was that, a Fury or
Yeah,
Dodge Fury?
65 Plymouth Sports Fury. It was
Yep.
gold with a
Yeah.
white Landau top.
Now, didn't that have the push button?
No, it had a gear shift
Gear
in the
shift?
middle. But
Okay.
it was one of the first cars with power seats. My dad bought it,
Okay.
and then when I was 16, he gave it to me.
Yeah.
So I thought I was really
Hot
cool.
stuff.
I got this 1965 Plymouth Sports Fury in 1977, whatever. But get in the car to drive at that age, you don't care what it is. So
Yeah,
we
exactly.
took it out there.
Yeah, had a
And it
good
was-
time.
It was fast, and
It rained the night before before the race.
go ahead and tell that.
So, once they start taking tickets to get inside, because we're on the infield, we're buying $5 tickets, infield stuff.
Yeah, it's like a race.
Oh,
Once
yeah.
you get your ticket done,
You take off.
People
Well, this
are
Fury
flying.
had a pretty decent little motor in it, 340 or
383.
380, even better, 383. The sucker would roll. We go rolling up, and it rained the night before, so we go rolling up under the bridge, to go under the tunnel to get into the infield at the 500. And I said, Boyd, right there, turn 4 player. He turns in there. We're rolling 50, 60 mile an hour, and we just spin
In the
for
mud.
for who knows how long before it finally gets stopped. And we got right up next to the
fence.
guardrail though. we
Yeah,
had a
we
good
were-
view of it. So good
Mike,
time.
Mike, you mentioned a while ago about Doug's daddy and Bob. It made me think about that time we were young, and we got over to your house. We was hanging out, and your mom got in the kitchen there with us, and we got that Ouija board out. Well, Bob was in the living room and on the couch, kind of watching
He's falling
TV.
asleep.
Yeah, he fell asleep. So all of a sudden, we had all the lights out too, and that Ouija board started moving.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man,
We're asking it questions.
and it's moving.
They're
We're like,
scary.
"Whoa."
Oh yeah, well we think we've got it all figured out, man. We're like, yeah, we're calling in some stuff, some ghosts
Oh
or
yeah.
whatever.
So we don't know if Bob wakes up and it's dark. He takes off one of his socks, throws it in, and it lands straight in the middle of the table. We jumped. We started yelling and screaming.
Lights came on.
Yeah,
The
immediately.
lights came on immediately.
He laughed for a half hour.
Oh
with us.
yeah. He didn't think our faith in the Ouija board was very well at that point. He's like,
Oh,
yeah.
that was funny.
Angie, I dated Angie Resch for a while, and she told me a story about her and her sisters, maybe some friends. They were doing the Ouija board, and it did some creepy stuff. They took that thing, threw it out the door into the front yard.
Right.
Oh yeah.
They're like, it's out of here.
Oh, it scared me to death.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those things are scary.
Well, I know Mary. God, she saved me a lot, didn't she? Remember that time we went to the pool?
Yes. Garfield Park.
Woo! Man, that was a story.
That was a rough one.
Then one day, me and Terry Young's facing off,
Yeah, that was what I was going to ask
and
you about.
and I'm like, man, I'm like, this girl probably can whoop me, but I ain't supposed to hit girls.
And you're right.
And I'm like, but I don't want to be a chicken. But I mean, I was in a catch-22. Like I feel like I should fight her because she could probably whoop me anyway. I don't want to back down, but then again, hold on, I'm not supposed to hit a girl. All of a sudden, Mary's flying down in the Cougar. All of a sudden, you heard
The cougar.
gets out of the car, looks at me, goes, Bobby, what's going on? I said, Mary.
Save me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Glad she pulled in.
Tell a story about, because you told me about Terry before I even knew her,
Yeah.
about she had a jean purse, like a jean shorts purse.
Oh, Terry was
And
a
she
tough girl.
She put a couple bricks in the leg part of it.
She was rough.
It was a jean purse of like jean shorts, and when people pinched her butt or something. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Bud.
if they messed with Terry, she wasn't
was-
gonna put up with it.
Nope.
She's going to slap him with a brick, huh?
Oh, she wasn't gonna mess around. She was pretty rough. Terry's a sweetheart though, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
I love Terry.
She's good.
Yeah,
Terry.
yeah.
Used to go over and hang out, man, at her house. She had a pool. And her brother Timmy. Go over and played poker with Timmy a lot back in the day on their back patio. They had a picnic table back there and next to the pool. And yeah, it was that whole neighborhood. I spent one whole summer over there just hanging out, playing basketball at Brian Schultz's house, and yeah, it was a good time over there.
What was really kind of weird about that neighborhood, at least to me, was it was not far from ours. It was right next door to it.
And we
But
would
the
walk
way
through that field.
Yeah, the way
Yeah.
the neighborhood was designed, it was
Yeah.
like that's another neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though it was 7, 8 houses
If
away.
you took Minnesota down, it was a long ways, but
If
I
you
would
cut
go
across that
down
field.
by Terrace
Yeah,
and cut
cut
straight
across that
through it. It
field.
was like 100 yards, and I was in that neighborhood. But yeah, it was a good time, good summer. So I was thinking, I know last time we talked about Susan Fosnot and Ron, and was it Ron? Didn't they take the girls Christian Park team to, was it the finals? Softball
1984 World Series final game.
finals? World
Yeah.
Series final game.
Like,
With
so-
Gannon, right? With
So,
Ron and Gannon?
Yep, sure was.
Ron was a really good coach.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good coach. Yeah, that team at the top of the hill there at Christian Park, before John passed away, he wrote a brief story, and we got it at the top of the hill. Welcome to Christian Park, all that, and it identifies that team, and he tells the story of how it started, where they went, how many one-game wins they had. I mean, it's pretty phenomenal story
Yeah.
on what they pulled off and achieved.
From Christian Park.
Yeah.
Right.
Now put that in perspective. Now,
That's
final game
World Series.
of the Little League World Series is what they accomplished.
Yeah. That's phenomenal.
So who was on that team? You
know-
gotta know them.
I know Rita Hacker was, so I get to see Paul and Rita a lot, and we reminisce about that team a lot. Yeah, Amy wasn't on that team. I thought Amy was on that team, and Yules was on it. Dana Yules, I think she was one of the primary pitchers.
Yeah.
What's her name? She's right out here at Franklin Township. Was the other pitcher? John really spoke of her highly. She usually comes to our fundraisers. I think she's married to a guy, Roman, right now. I think that's his last name, but I'm not for sure. So, but yeah, I didn't know that team. Now, that was a team that was right around my sister's age. But that team went further than anybody else. That was the same year Southport's 12-year-old boys went to the Williamsport, too.
Okay.
So
Indiana had 2 of them, huh?
District 7 was pretty popular in
Right.
Williamsport at the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, going over there to,
Go ahead, man.
I think about going over to Susan and Ron's house, Jeff, and all the folks we met over there, Jason Kimmel,
Yeah.
Fred Neat, all those guys. So many good stories over
Dalen
there.
Jenkins.
Yeah, yep. Susan and Ron were just great people. They just welcomed you in, and, we were
There'd be
teenagers.
15, 20 kids, and it's not
yeah.
a big house. It's
No.
a tiny house, and they didn't care.
No, they didn't. They
did
just
not
loved
care.
having us there, man. And if you didn't have anything going on, if you slid by
You know where to go.
the Fosnauts' house, Susan and Ron's house, there was always something going on there. Be it basketball out back or a little bullshitting inside. Every now and then a little poker game might break out. A little poker
That's for
game
sure.
break out.
That happened quite often.
God, that was a good time there, though.
Don't play with Jeff back then, though.
Jeff was
He was
I'm gonna say good, but he had his
Sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand. That's a better way of putting it. Yes, Jeff was pretty good at that.
I got to tell a story about Susie, so I apologize, Susie. I'm going to embarrass you a little bit. But anyway,
Yeah,
we're all
Susie
over there.
who?
Susan Fosnaugh.
Okay,
Jeff's
okay.
mom.
Susan.
Jeff and Amy's mom.
Okay.
So we're over there, and it's, I don't know, it's like 11 o'clock at night or whatever, and it's, again, packed with people. I'm not sure how many people were there, but it was a bunch. And it's like a Friday night or something. And so we're all talking, joking around. She comes out, says hi to everybody, goes into the kitchen. She got a little, like, nightie that goes down to about her knee. I think it was Jeff came up behind her and, like, flipped it up. And she wasn't wearing any underwear. And so everybody's laughing and stuff. And she starts laughing so hard that she peed on the kitchen floor. So, again, I'm sorry, Susie. But I know other people have told that story. So
That's a good one.
yeah, trying to get your ratings up there, Bobby.
Yeah, we like those ratings.
Yeah,
Get those likes.
the new Joe Rogan right here.
Yeah.
What else, Mike? What you got for us, man?
Good times over on Riley.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a
We
lot of
were-
good times over there.
That was like my frat house. I never
was
went
our
to
house.
college. I went to college one year at IUPUI, but that
Then
was
you
like
went
my.
to Mike U.
Then I went to Mike U over at that frat house, man. That was like a frat house over there, dude.
It was.
Tell me about those, bragging a little bit about them, and I can see it. Those really good volleyball games you'd have.
Yeah, we'd have like,
Pretty competitive.
tournaments. We'd
Yeah.
tell people we're gonna have a tournament, and they'd bring teams, it'd be like 3-on-3, and it was
So that's how
serious.
It
that's how
was.
the court was. 3 people.
Yeah.
It
you played
wasn't
3-on-3.
super big, but I mean, it was
It
a
was
nice
big
court.
enough.
It was
Yeah.
a nice.
What
full
was the
court.
guy? Remember, we went to a tournament over down by Rule Inn.
We
Went
did.
down there to a guy's house, and he had a tournament down there. And man, it was probably a bunch. I don't know. I didn't know I can't remember the guy's name, but there was a bunch of squads there, and we took a couple teams down there and played. Had a blast. They had a keg of beer. Keg of beer would get a lot of things going. Somebody says they're having a keg on
Especially
Saturday or
22.
Sunday.
Play some
and-
volleyball, here we
yeah,
go.
and you're in, But yeah, them volleyball games were phenomenal. One of my favorite volleyball stories ever was, back then, I wasn't that good of an athlete, but I could spike it. You know what I mean? That was always nice. You'd run up there
Yeah,
and
you
somebody
got some
set
ups.
you, man, and you bang, you spike the heck out of it, right? Well, this time, this wasn't a tournament though, but we're out back playing. Penny's on my team, and not Penny. I'm sorry, Holly. Holly's on my team, and there's 3 of us. Well, Holly sets me right, and I come running in, dude, and I mean I'm like going to smoke it. I jump up and swing and miss it. I hit the ground. The ball hits my head and bounces over the net.
Point.
It was good by me. I said, take that.
See that fake coming?
Yeah, did you see that? Oh, yeah.
One time, though, me and Doug were riding bikes late one night down around the circle and all that. So we pick up these 2 girls. And we got to go. It's Sunday. So we bring them to the house. They hang out all night. And we get up. We work in overtime. So it's like 5. What was it, about 5:30?
Well, Mike was going in off early, yeah.
Because we were both working.
He was working at Allison, I was
Overtime.
working at Von Duprin.
Right. So Doug goes, well, what are we going to do with these girls? I said, they got to go. I don't know them. They got to go. He goes, what? So I went and set some folding chairs out, lounge chairs out in the backyard, threw pillows and blankets on them. I said, you girls got to go. I called my dog in, sent the girls out, locked the house up. I said, I ain't coming home to an empty house. I don't know these girls.
Right.
Wow.
Doug just looked at me. Okay.
Right. I'll tell you another good time. Remember we all went skiing up there in Canonsburg?
Oh yeah.
That was a good time. We all on a bus and went up there. That's the first time I ever went skiing.
That's one where Mike, my nephew, and Tony Whitley went, and it was the first time they ever went. And there was a pretty good sized hill, and I've been a bunch of times with my sister, and so I used to go down with her. She was a really good skier. She went to Colorado and Switzerland, all over the place. She's a really good skier. So we go there. Mike and Tony want to go on that hill, and she's like, "Oh no, you guys aren't ready."
We
for
need to
that
start on
hill."
this little. They had a bunny hill.
Yeah.
Right. That's what they. That's
You
where
learn
you
to-
should start.
to
So I'm
stop
following
and
Boyd.
everything,
Boyd
yeah.
show me how to snow plow and do all this stuff to slow down. I'm like, right on, player.
Yeah, but they
Sounds good. But they had
weren't
their own.
listening now.
They had their own mission. They was on a mission. They knew how to do it. They had it figured out.
They're going for the
I
black
get on
diamond.
I get on the ski lift. Tammy and I are heading up to the top of this big one. We look behind us, about 2 chairs. Here comes Mike and Tony. I'm like, oh God. So when you get up to the top, you stand up, and then you go down a little hill. And so we do that. So we're sitting there, we're turned, we're watching them. Well, they don't know what to do. So the area where you're supposed to stand up to go down the hill, they're still sitting on there like, what's going on? So it starts to get to a place where, it's
You
too
passed
late.
that glide.
Tony jumps off. About 12 feet in the air. Boom, he wipes out. Mike's still on it. It turns and starts to go, and they got this line across here, and when you hit it, it
stops
shut
it.
down the whole thing. It's like,
Wow.
I look at Tammy, and she's like, let's go.
Right.
So we
This
we
level.
left. We went down the hill. Like, we don't know him.
Yeah.
We're out of here.
That was later on that day, after these cats had already pulled all this stuff
I
off.
know this one.
They're going, hey man, let's go up. And I said, well, I'll go on the bunny hill. I'll do the smaller hill if you guys want to do that. And we were going to race down. I said, well, you know what? I'll do that. I'll get up there. So we all, at this point, these guys had figured out where to jump off. So at least they had that down. So we all get down up there, and we're like, lined up, and we're getting ready to race down this hill. And there's all kinds of people on this hill. And so we take off. We're rolling.
They're in a tuck position.
Oh,
and
yeah,
everything.
trying to see how fast you
Downhill.
can go, and we hit the bottom of where the hill ends, and there's a big, long, flat spot. And behind that's a trail where people would ski back and forth from the lodge or, over to other different hills and all this. And it's probably 30 feet. So you have plenty of time to stop. So I get down there, and Boyd showed me how to snowplow. Well, hell, I'm already snowplowing before we get to the end. I want to make sure that I get stopped. So I get stopped. Well, Whitley, he wants to win. So he's still tucked out, and he's rolling.
And he don't know how to stop.
And he gets to the end. And
You don't know how to snowplow?
Well,
No.
he wants to do one of them little side things where you turn sideways and you throw snow and you look
Springs,
real good.
Just didn't have no
there's all-
experience.
There's
That
all
takes
kinds
practice.
of people there. He wants to look good. He spins like this, and he loses his balance, and he comes back up like this, and he goes straight, and he hits this guy so hard, knocks him over into these bushes, snow-covered bushes. Me and Boyd go there, and heck, we're trying to help this guy. This guy's, ski goggles are up on the side of his head, and he's wanting to know what the hell happened. Tony Willie happened. That's what happened. Tony Willie was showing us how to do this.
Killed the dude.
Oh man, that was probably the
We had fun, though.
best ski. I mean, I've been on that one we went to. Remember in that car? We went down there to Paoli Peaks in your car. It was snowing all the way there. That was a good trip.
So you guys went on a few snow
Skiing
adventures.
trips. Yeah.
Did you go down? I went down with Annette Miles and Bob,
She was there the other
Bob
night.
McKenzie.
Yes, she was.
Robert McKenzie. Bob McKenzie.
Big Bob.
We went
Big
to
Bob.
Paoli.
Big Bob.
Yeah.
Another wrestler.
Good times.
Yeah, he was.
Good guy. And
How always had a decent wrestling program.
They did.
Wasn't as good as Tex though.
I don't know about that.
Well, we state champs in 76,
Yes.
79.
Really
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, House was good though. I was just making.
There was a lot of the football players that were wrestlers and stuff. So.
House was good. Tex was good too.
We had it. What was our state champion guy's name? I can't remember.
Langenbacher.
Langenbacher.
Yep,
yes.
Matt.
Matt Langenbacher.
He went through college and all
IFD.
that.
Yeah, man.
IFD firefighter.
Is he? Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
Might be retired now, but he was.
yeah, man. He was bad news back in the
He
day on the
was.
mat.
There's a lot of guys from Howe that would end up being fired. Dennis Moore played basketball. He's a couple years ahead of us.
Uh-huh.
I think with Rick McKinstry's that
Okay.
class.
Yeah.
Jacob's kids or boys were pretty good. Kenny and
Yeah.
Dean Johnson.
Robbie and
Dean.
then the two younger ones good too.
Turner. Jim Turner.
Yep.
All firefighters.
Jeff Davis.
Jeff Davis.
Yep.
Football player.
Yep.
Did you know? Did you guys know? What's his name? Robert Davenport.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a sprinter.
You're gonna
He
say
was
he's
high
a
hurdles like
track guy,
nobody's
right?
business.
Yeah, he played football.
Yep.
Super nice guy. Quick story about him. We're playing a football game, and there's like a short pass in the flat or something. I think Darren Etner smokes this dude. Darren hit really hard. Crushes this dude. I think it was him. Ball popped out. I see it. I'm heading for it. I'm like, I'm going to pick up his fumble and go. And about that time, Robert Davenport goes running right past me because he was freaking lightning, scoops it up, so I'm trailing him. I'm watching him cut through the last couple. He goes like 85 yards for a touchdown on a fumble recovery. I remember that it should have been mine. I wouldn't have made it. I would have picked it up, probably got
So-
tackled. But
Right.
After the basketball games or after the football games, Hal pretty much hung out down there in Arlington. Am I right? Wrong?
Oh.
Because Tech.
Gringo's Taco.
Gringos and Pizza Hut.
Man, I love
Yeah.
Gringos.
Yeah, Gringos was good stuff
They had
back in the
that
day.
green. They're the first ones with that green sauce.
Yeah.
Tech hung up Shakey's up at Pendleton Pike, I think.
CCQs.
Yeah, what was you guys doing way up there?
I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I was down there
That
hanging
seems-
out at Hal, but
That seems like a
I went
long
a
way
few
from
times.
home, from Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, once we started, meeting all
That was the place.
your tech buddies and stuff, we started hanging out a lot with them.
Oh, yeah. Ty Wilson hit me up. He goes, "Hey, when you gonna start on Tech guys?"
We
He
talked
goes,
about a few of them.
you remember Guy Chapman was a bad man. And I said, yeah. Yeah, I
What
told
was Ty's younger brother?
Tracy.
Tracy, yes. Yes. Now, Ty could flat throw that football down there at Biggersfield.
Oh, yeah.
He liked being quarterback.
Oh, yeah. Mark Combs was good, too.
Mark Combs was really good at being quarterback.
You
He
remember
was a hell
Mark
of a
Combs by
bowler.
chance? Remember that time? We're playing, and there's a gal in the neighborhood that's pretty tough, Marie. Marie comes down, she says, "I want to play." I said, "Okay." She gets down that three-point stance on the inside. She's coming. Mark Combs is quarterbacking. Remember, that's all we let him do.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's a man.
That's all he
against
wanted
boys.
to do anyway.
Yeah. She comes flying in there, goes in a complete dive, and just bang! She just melts off his leg. Walks home like this. I seen her the other night. We was talking about that. She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "I didn't want to play with you guys ever again." You remember that? Was you there that game?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the only place I ever broke a bone was down there.
Really?
Yeah. Broke my little finger trying to make a tackle. I went to make a tackle, and I hung this finger when I was reaching to grab him and broke this finger in a couple places.
Yeah, you remember
Yep.
the group of guys we were.
I heard it break.
Me and you and a few of us, we were kind of in the middle of like two generations. We had
Oh, yeah.
Curtis Dodd, my brother, and everybody
Yeah.
younger.
And then Brian,
Then the older guys were Dean Allen and
Yeah.
Brian
yeah.
Dodd and
Terry.
Jerry Terry,
Terry,
Guy
yep.
Chapman, Ty Wilson,
Yeah.
the Bradens,
Yeah.
Steve, Mark, Brad Newman. But those boys came down and played every once in a while. It was on.
Yeah.
You had to protect yourself.
Oh, yeah.
He's talking about he wasn't much of a football player. I remember we playing at Christian Park, tackle, nothing, no pads, no nothing,
1950s stuff.
and we're like at the 20-yard line of ours, and he's quarterback. He's like, "All right, Boyd, we're gonna do a sweep right, an option right, and I'll probably pitch it to you." I'm like, "All right," so run the play. Guy comes up and he pitches it to him. to me. I'm running. I start to cut in a little bit. Guy comes in. He freaking levels him. Boom. I mean, he's little. I mean, he was skinny back then. You guys remember how skinny he was. He levels this dude. So I keep running. He's still running. Two guys come up, and I cut back a little bit again. He gets the angle on him. He takes two out at once, and then I finished running because nobody was near me because he took three of the guys out. That little skinny dude right there.
I was competitive.
Oh yes, you
That
were.
was one
It's
thing
all that
that I
experience back in our
enjoyed.
neighborhood.
Yes, I was. I've lightened up on my competitiveness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're doing a lot of
As you
golfing
get
now
older.
these days.
Yeah. Golf's it's a really, I enjoy it, and you compete with yourself. You know what I
Right.
mean? There's nothing I can do about how you're playing golf, so it's more internal, right? How am I playing?
Knowing what you know now, I bet you probably wish you played back in the day during high school.
Yeah, I wish I'd have played back in high school. Absolutely, with the name Bobby Jones too.
That'd been pretty good.
Right,
Made
that
for it.
was meant for me to play golf. You know what I mean?
I'm terrible at golf.
Oh, me too.
Terrible.
He was real
I'll
competitive.
play in a scramble. I contribute one shot, and I think I'm the all-star.
He was real competitive in
And it was a
roller
putt.
skating.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he was tough there,
That
too.
guy called him out. What was that, DJ or whatever?
Weasel.
Yeah.
Weasel.
Man, that place was packed. Was you there that night?
No, you told the story. We
Oh,
lost
man, it's-
sound.
Yeah.
I mean, because he was the man. Weasel was the man. I mean,
He was like almost
he
professional.
he was the DJ,
Yeah.
Okay.
captain of their speed team.
Yep.
And you went skating on a Friday, Saturday night, or all night skate. He was
Yeah.
he was the life of the party. He was calling the shots all night. So we get out of racing. It's all over. Okay, wrap it up. Had a good time. All of a sudden, he goes to DJ booth, calls Doug out in front of this packed house. They line him up. This Weasel and Doug on the line going at it. That's pretty cool.
Yep. That was
Doug beat him to the line, though, didn't he? The first cone.
I'd never seen anybody beat
never lost
Doug
that
to the first
cone.
Never.
Well,
I mean,
He ran on his freaking the nubs
Post
or
ups.
whatever.
you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I think it was episode 1 or 2 we talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he roller. I remember he introduced me to roller skating. Whew, the first 2 or 3 times was rough.
I wasn't
He's
very
out there.
good.
He's out there doing the jamming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bob- and
Doug's
then,
out there.
then Bobby started catching on. Me and him would be like going back and forth, and man, it'd be crowded, and we'd be just whipping in and out of people, doing
yeah.
our little moves to like Rock and Robin or
That-
something. You know what I mean? Michael Jackson's Rock and
I
Robin.
want to rock and roll all night. Yeah, that was some good times. We had a lot of good times at roller skating.
The roller cave.
The roller cave.
Roller cave.
Yep.
Yeah, Doug almost got me in my first fight at the roller cave.
Yeah.
Well, we
Yeah.
did get in a fight there one night. I
Yeah.
remember.
There was almost one night with Mr. Bobby Jones here, and dude was calling him out again with his 3 or 4 buddies. I'm standing behind him, and he's untying his skates, and they're yakking, and there's one guy at the side that's really mouthy, and he takes off his skate, and he turns and throws like a fastball with his skate that goes right by this guy's face and hits the wall. And he said, "You need to shut up because it's between me and him." And the dude, like, he was done. He didn't say a word after that. I'm like, holy crap.
He was at Don't Ask one night. Remember that bar downtown, Circle Center Mall, Don't Ask?
Yeah.
And
That was a pretty hot bar there for a
it
while.
was,
man.
you know,
Good times down there.
yeah, Johnny Cougar used to hang out down there.
What's there right now?
A store, a huge store. I cannot remember the name of the
Okay,
store.
yeah, because I
It
remember
had
there
that
was
marble staircase came down
yeah.
to the middle of the dance floor, and you know the Chippendales first dance was time they danced was at Don't Ask in Indianapolis.
Really?
Yeah, I just seen that on a documentary. But anyway, Doug's there, and there's 3 of them up on probably the same guy that you were talking about.
I think his name was it Jeff?
I don't remember. Yep. I don't
It was. I think it was over a girl named Lisa.
We went, yeah. Well, anyway,
Yeah, been there.
these guys again 2 or 3 on Doug.
Yep.
Doug's arguing with him. And my cousin, he's big, comes walking up, goes, "Doug, you having any problems?" He goes, "Well, matter of fact, and my cousin Doug stayed there, and then they kind of left because it wasn't 1-on-3 no more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Change their tune a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, always a little drama every once in a while.
But
Right.
he didn't care if it was 1-on-10.
I remember a few times we went skating, and I'd ask him, "We fighting tonight or we skating tonight?" He goes, "I don't know. We'll see."
Preferably skating.
Hopefully skating.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a lot of good times.
Oh, yeah.
Too many to remember.
Yeah.
Man, we had a lot of good times, Doug. Been through a lot of shit, ain't we?
Yeah, we have. Yep.
No,
Hung
I
in
think
there.
last time we got it cut off, we were talking about CYO basketball.
Yeah.
And I don't think this was in the first episode we did, but we're doing Gannon's like, all right, we got a scrimmage game at Brookside Park. We're like, oh, okay. So we go there. The other team's not out there yet, so we're doing layups. We're smacking the backboard as we're doing layups, thinking we're hot stuff. And all of a sudden, the other team comes trotting out. They head down the other side, and they start doing freaking windmills and 360s and two-hand, and we're like, oh.
Was that at Brookside?
Brookside
Yes.
Park. And they were.
Yeah, that came up on one of our podcasts.
And then, yeah, but this story I don't think came up.
All right, go ahead.
It was a Sutner. This was a different one where we're getting beat it's like 80-30. I mean, they're kicking our butt. And Jeff Sutner's like, just give me the ball. Give me the ball down low. All right. So we
Got swatted up in the,
yeah,
and they canceled the game.
that was it.
Yeah,
was that in there?
That one
Okay.
came in there.
All right.
I want you to tell in your words though, the story about Doug walking in. Ain't been there for a few games, and
Oh, and then he comes strolling in like
yeah, tell it.
game 4 or whatever
Yeah.
the year. Like haven't seen him forever. CYO team. He comes strolling in like he's been to every practice and every game.
Right. Well, I didn't know that I wasn't on the team just because I got a job.
I heard he sat right down. Gannon put him right in.
Is that file's not down? Is
And,
that what it is?
and then
Or no, not
Scott
file's
Kale
not.
was like,
yeah,
what the
Scotty.
heck?
That's what Scott said too.
Yeah, Scott.
Scott, sit down.
Scott was a little upset. Scott was a little upset with that. But Jones could shoot it. He had a nice
Jones-
jumper.
Jones could
Very
shoot the
nice
rock.
jumper. So,
Yeah, if he had open look, he usually knocking it down.
yeah.
Yep, I remember.
That was a
Remember
pretty
all the
good team.
games we played at Bernadette.
Oh, yeah.
Those were some good games,
Yes.
and that court was kind of perfect for us because you didn't get wore out.
Right.
I mean, you shouldn't anyways at that age, but
Right.
I mean, we could play for a long time there, and those was good games. I remember me and you probably and Combs and Key Caver and Gotsey and Koger were we invite these guys from Tech to come down, and it's Ronnie Wallace and I forget who all the rest it was, but it was the guys I was getting to know at Tech.
Yeah.
They come running in with Indiana State. All of them are 33. And they're circling us. I'm going, these guys are serious.
Right.
They ain't messing around.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game.
I'll tell you where
You
some
beat
good
him?
games were played, too, was at Mark Hubbard's backyard.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that little court he had?
Full court.
Full court.
Full court
It was
in his
short.
backyard.
We played 3-on-3 tournaments there, man. There was some
It was
good
about the size
tournaments.
of Bernadette.
Yeah, it was. There was some really good games played there.
Yeah.
Now, is it Bernadette or Christian Park that had the wall right on the outside of your out of bounds line?
Christian Park and Bernadette.
Yeah,
Both of
Both
yeah.
of them.
You get checked
Both of
into that wall.
Yeah, you
Yes.
don't want to dive for a
Right.
ball going out of bounds.
Right.
Come out with a concussion. Yeah. Those were fun.
Well, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up. But it's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Got to finish our conversation up.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys. Times went like that, ain't it?
Does go
I mean,
fast.
since we've been in high school to now.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I watched our last episode, part 1, and it was funny when you said it looked like we've got a retirement club going on there.
Man. We
But
do.
I mean, it seems like
Well,
the
at
other day,
least I
man,
am.
we were
Yeah.
out playing at Sharon's house and running around, listening to REO,
That's right. Cars.
Journey,
Yes.
Yep.
Going to Queen concert.
Yes.
going down the south side, just trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
It's been a
Enjoying
run.
life like we need to now since we're retired.
Yes.
Well, Mikey V, thank you.
Thank you, my man. Thank you all.
Mr. Boyd Min,
Thank you, Bobby.
take care of that north side. Doing a great job
I'll
up there,
try.
buddy.
I'll try.
And my buddy, Bobby Douglas.
Man, always a pleasure, Daddy-O. Always a pleasure.
You guys have a great day.
Yeah,
All right,
you too.
Thank you.
Bye.